If you're having trouble getting the correct drivers installed on your Windows computer, this video should be helpful to you, because in this video I'm going to show you how you can use Snappy Driver Installer Origin to identify and install missing drivers on your Windows computer. So to start, you can open up your browser and then you can come over to this webpage, which is Glenn Delahoy's webpage, where you can download the Snappy Driver Installer Origin. Now there's also another version just called Snappy Driver Installer, and that's the one that you don't want to use. You want to use Snappy Driver Installer Origin, and you want to get it from this webpage. I'll also have a link to this in my written guide, which you can get in the description of this video. So once you're on this webpage, you can download the application here. So if you click on that, it's going to start the download. Once it's done, just open it in your downloads folder. And this is a zip file, so you'll just need to right click on it and then click on extract all and just extract that to another folder on your computer. And once it's finished, it should open the folder automatically. And then you want to run the following file depending on your operating system. If you have a 32-bit version of Windows, you can run this application. But if you have a 64-bit version of Windows, you can use the x64 application. So I'm just going to double click on the x64 application because I have 64-bit version of Windows installed. You can then just accept the license and allow access to the Snappy Driver Installer Origin so it can download the drivers for your computer. And on this first welcome screen, you shouldn't select any one of the first two options. You should only select download indexes only, or else it's going to download every single driver that's ever existed, and you don't want that. But it's going to download the indexes, and you can see that up here. And once it's downloaded the indexes, it should refresh all of the drivers that are outdated on your system. So as you can see here, I've got a whole bunch of drivers that are outdated. For example, this Intel driver right here is not even installed on my system yet, but it is available on the internet. Now, all of these other drivers are installed, but there are updated drivers available on the internet which work better than the current ones that I have installed. So you can go through each one of them selectively and then select it and click on install, so you can install that specific driver. But if you just want an easy one-click installer, then just go ahead and click on select all, which is going to select all of those drivers, and then click on install here. And then you're going to see it's going to start downloading and installing those drivers. Now, depending on the size of these drivers, it can take quite a long time. As you can see, the drivers that I have selected here are almost 2 gigs in size. But you can see the status of it if you hover your mouse up here. And I'm going to let all of these drivers install on my system. And once that's done, we can have a look at what the Snappy Driver Installer looks like afterwards. Once it's finished downloading those drivers, it's automatically going to start installing them as well. And as you can see, my graphics driver has already been installed because the resolution has changed. When it's finished, you're going to see this flashing ribbon up here that says the installation is complete and you need to restart your system. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to go ahead and restart the computer. So my computer is just restarted, and I'm just going to navigate back to the downloads folder where I have the Snappy Driver Installer Origin saved. Then I'm just going to run this 64-bit file again, and then just accept the terms again. And then we're going to see if we still have any drivers that needs to be updated. So it's found some more drivers here, and I'm just going to click on select all again, and then click on install. Now that the installation is completed, I'm just going to click on this flashing ribbon up here, and it's going to hide that ribbon. And now Snappy Driver Installer says that all of my drivers are up to date. So at this point, you can restart your computer again, but I'm just going to exit out of the Snappy Driver Installer, and I want to see what it looks like when we right click on the start button and then go to Device Manager. And as you can see, all of the devices have been installed with the latest drivers according to Snappy Driver Installer Origin. So I hope this driver installation guide was helpful. If it was, please like the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.